My parents baptized me in a Japanese form of Buddhism. They instilled me with a strong black identity. They put me in schools and neighborhoods that were predominantly white and Jewish. And they raised me in LA, where Latin culture pulses throughout the city. It was made clear to me and my brother very early on that we needed to be highly adaptable. My mother would say that I always had a pen and paper in hand. In 1993, when I was 9, a colleague of my father's collected kids' paintings and plastered them on construction barricades. The project got local and national press, and I was made the poster child for it. I caught the attention of Cedars-Sinai Hospital, which paid me $1,000 to pick the colors for their new parking structure. I invested the money into the up-and-coming coffee chain Starbucks, and over the years would see my money increase 12-fold. I made this connection early between art and business and understood that more of each could buy me more toys. I took drawing and painting classes throughout high school, attended business camps in the summer, and decided to become an entrepreneur so that I could better leverage my art with a core business education. In the fall of 2002, I enrolled in the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania. I made fast friends and learned to drink and fell in love. But Wharton's finance focus wasn't for me, and I became captivated by filmmaking. I made my own curriculum, bought a camera, cast friends in shorts, acted myself, studied my craft. I finished the core at Wharton and moved to Madrid for my last semester of college. I graduated early and vagabonded around Europe, Portugal, England, Ireland, Scotland, France, Italy, Switzerland, Germany, Denmark, Hungary, Poland, Croatia, Bosnia, Slovenia, the Czech Republic. Then I returned to Spain and hiked across the country. In March 2006, I moved back to Philadelphia, shunned the six figures of the corporate world, and decided to make a $20,000 movie with my film partner Aled. We lived cheap, cooked our own food. I made our furniture, wood desks, cardboard chairs. We took whatever videography work we could get, but mostly we made short films. Action, horror, thriller, drama, commercials. We lived our craft and swore by the idea of a two-man crew.
Two-man crew basically means that Alan and I go out to whatever set we're at and we shoot the movie ourselves. Or we have the ability to shoot the movie ourselves. Neither of us went to film school, so this really has been our film school. We've learned everything from, more details about camera work, camera movement, lighting, everything under the sun that, most film sets usually have hundreds of people to do. We wanted to learn them so that we knew how to do all this.
One of our shorts was seen by director Ridley Scott, who told us to forget this $20,000 feature and move to LA and try to get a $2 million budget. We listened to Sir Ridley and moved to Hollywood. We continued to write and continued to make shorts. But we were each growing stronger creatively and started to butt heads more and more. The tension climaxed on the next short film, which I directed alone. One Man Crew Sucks.
Roll cameras. Roll cameras. Action! Let me just worry about these next two shots. Unplug that mic. This is your mark. Aled, I need you here. I'll say action Scotty, and then I'll say action Val. Oh! Action alive there! Stop! Stop! I'm just stressed. A second, so it's kind of like behind you a little bit, just long as you can see it, and then...
I needed money, so I began freelancing for HD Vision Broadcast Center. I quickly went from doing camera to directing, lighting, and engineering, live shots, infomercials, commercials, cooking shows, green screens, news, junkets. I refined my technical skills and learned to interface with high-profile clients. I met my favorite actors and dreamed about women and heralded directors. The pressure of television production is euphoric, but what kept me for 3 years were the coworkers. En junio de 2008, me jubilé por un ratito en Buenos Aires, Argentina. Yo viví en un barrio elegante, comí en los mejores restaurantes, recibí a mi familia cuando me visitó, y yo escribí cada día. Yo escribí en mi apartamento y en el parque y en los cafés. Fue lo más creativo y lo más estimulado intelectualmente que jamás me había sentido, y quería extender la experiencia y pasar años viviendo en otro país. 10 months later, I left for Taipei. Taiwan was the best place to teach business English, which basically consists of teaching business customs and jargon to multinational executives. It's far better than teaching kids. I lived in an amazing apartment an hour outside of Taipei. I made great friends, Taiwanese and expat alike, and traveled the country, sang karaoke, ate weird foods, and fell in love with Taiwan's jungles. But I didn't want to live there, at least not for years. It's a different world, and my values were misaligned. But before I went home, I traveled around Southeast Asia, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, the Philippines. Photography became an obsession and brought focus and purpose to all of my other favorite traveling activities: ruins, temples, markets, food, philandering, boats, kayaks, dirt bikes, waterfalls, dancing, drinking, mayhem, the silly, the idiotic. In that trip, and all my subsequent ones, I let the desire to take that great photo propel me into places and interact with people I never would have. In December 2009, I moved back to LA. For the previous 5 years, my mom had been doing a documentary on her uncle, Whitney Young, a famous civil rights leader who was the bridge between the masses of blacks and elite, powerful white people. The producer-director my mom had hired had spent all the money and made a really shitty rough cut. So I stepped in, fired her, rehired the editor they had fired, and together we shored up the financials, reimagined the story, sifted through hours of archival footage, thousands of archival photos, directed a score, shot new interviews, made animations, created graphic art, edited and re-edited and re-edited. It was like the two-man crew again, except this time with a budget and employees around the world. As the documentary wound down, I grew bored of LA and moved to San Francisco, where a couple of really great friends had recently moved, one of whom I live with. I built our furniture and painted our art. The owner of a wine bar saw my art and liked it and asked me to fill his walls. I did, and the bar became my private art gallery where I sell my work to date. In May 2011, I started looking for a job, and without a vibrant Bay Area entertainment industry, had to think broader. I concluded that what I'm particularly good at is working with an eclectic mix of creative people, collaborating on a vision, bringing all of the elements together, keeping things on time and budget, synergizing art and business, and bringing a project to fruition. And I came to Frog to do just that. And in case it wasn't clear from my video, the most important thing in the world to me is my brother, even if he can't drink.
Dominic.